through the remaining stages.
Todd Barclay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. It's an honour to be able to speak in support of this bill. I'd just like to acknowledge the Minister of Corrections who's here, who leads this bill, the Select Committee Chair and the other members of the committee from all across the House. This was one of the first pieces of legislation that I had the privilege of being a part of on the Law and Order Committee, Mr Speaker, and I want to acknowledge many of the remarks made by Phil Goff. I was on that visit to Auckland where we visited the facility that monitors the prisoners or people that are out in the community on electronic monitoring. I've got to say it was a much more sophisticated setup than what I had envisaged, and when you take into consideration the fact that you've got about 3,000 to 4,000 people on any electronic monitoring at any one time across the country 24/7, and you've got the ability for any one of those people to breach their conditions, you've got some pretty dedicated staff, I think, in the facility in Auckland that are monitoring and keeping in contact with the Department of Corrections and Police on a regular basis. Mr Speaker, just a bit of background to why this bill was necessary. We know that under the Sentencing Act, the Parole Act and the Bail Act, respectively, they all had set out various conditions where electronic monitoring could be used. So within the Sentencing Act, it could be used as a condition of home detention or community detention, under the Parole Act as residential restrictions, and under the Bail Act as a condition of bail. But one of the things that it couldn't do is that for prisoners who are released for 2 years or less, there was not the ability to be able to monitor, impose electronic monitoring for those people, nor was it an intensive supervision people or people going post-detention into post-detention conditions at the end of their home detention, Mr Speaker. So this bill was really an extension of what already exists within the legislation, and it's a pragmatic step, because what it does is it enables people that have served less serious crimes than crimes that warrant over 2 years to be able to get out of the prison system a lot quicker and reintegrated into the community, and for the government to be able to use these people and be able to, for them to be able to take advantage of some of the reintegration tools that exist within the community already. What it also does is it enables people who are in prisons out on work to contract sort of positions, or for example, in Milton Prison, where there are 22 people in this position where they're on contract to work parties, they're out across the South Otago region on a daily basis providing support to council or community organisations or whoever. These guys is a high trust model. They're obviously out in the community. They could be doing anything, but now what this does is gives Department of Corrections the ability to slap on a bracelet and to be able to monitor these people more intensively. Also, Milton Prison, for example, under Jack Harrison's management, has 28 prisoners that work on the prison farm, a vast piece of land basically off-site from the prison, and it gives the ability for them to be able to monitor these people out in the workforce as well. So it enables us to be able to help reintegrate these people into the community and provide training while still monitoring and managing their integration back into the community, Mr Speaker. So it's an honour to be able to support this bill.
I call